Ladies, gentlemen, lady, gentlemen's attack helicopters, plushies, cakes, any other genders that I might have missed in the crazy year that is 2025. Andy here. I coach men and women on living. I coach men and women on living lives of abundance and joy. If they can all do it, you sure as hell can too. Let's answer some comments, some questions. Let's give a bit of free coaching, a bit of free love. Let's do it. So, your favorite entertainment, who is, by the way, our favorite entertainment, you are our favorite. Good job. Says one step at a time, one day at a time. Abso-fucking-lutely. Less than half a year ago, my car got totaled by a car that was in my lane headed towards me. Last month, I was laid off the highest paying job I've ever had. I can really go on and on, slowly move forward. Amazing. Beautiful. I love the courage that you've shown. I love the resilience that you have. You were literally in an experience that for a lot of people might shake them to the core. Maybe it did for you too. And then they wouldn't really move on. You know, they'd say, I literally got hit by a car. I lost the best job that I've ever had. Woe is me. You know, it's hopeless, all of that. I think a lot of people would feel like that. It's amazing that you're showing up here with courage. It's amazing that you're taking it one day at a time. And that's all any of us can do. We can't, like, literally, we can't teleport forward and jump ahead a couple of days. Literally, all any of us are ever doing is one step at a time, one day at a time. But if we can focus on those steps and those one days at a time, we'll actually appreciate them. We'll be present, we'll be grateful, we'll be mindful, we'll take the little baby steps in being overwhelmed. I don't know what you went through. I don't know what the recovery was like, if you were injured. Like, I don't know what any of that was like. I'm sure there was a lot of, at least from my point of view, I would assume there was some trauma, and I'd probably have PTSD if I literally got in a fucking head-on collision and my car was totaled. I'd probably have a bit of PTSD. So be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. Whatever you would do for your best friend, do that for yourself. All of us are here thinking about you. We're all loving you, my brother. I assume you're a brother. You might be a sister as well. Brother or sister, whatever you are, we got love for you. You're doing a really good job. And just take it one day at a time. You know, you feel like or you're probably tempted to say, it's a bad thing that you lost this job. You know, I had the highest paying job I've ever had and now I don't have it. Could be a beautiful opportunity to go and find an even better job. You know, one door closes, another one opens. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. So you're incredibly brave, incredibly courageous, incredibly awesome. We got nothing but love for you, my friend. All right, Mr. Phoenix. Hello, Mr. Phoenix. Says, I'm still scared to take pics, and if you ask me why, I wouldn't be able to answer you. I'll get it done at some point. Play around with the last sentence that you wrote there for a second. At some point or someday is not a day of the week. Do it now. Why not do it right now? Why not start with the tiniest little baby steps? And you've said here, you know, I'm struggling or I'm scared to take pictures, and you're probably procrastinating it. You're probably avoiding it. Why? Because you've just set the bar too high. You've probably told yourself this big, scary story that you have to go and take a metric fuck ton of really amazing pictures that will finally get me the girl of my dreams, and then I'll get the success I want and blah, blah, blah. That's overwhelming. That's scary. What if you literally, right now, and I'm being very serious when I say this, grab your phone, your smartphone, your literal fucking phone that you probably have in your pocket or on your desk, pick it up, put the selfie camera on, aim it towards yourself and go, and take a picture. It's probably going to be shit. Look how fucking shit that picture is. It's like the worst picture you're ever going to see of me. That's actually a god awful picture. But I took a fucking picture. So what if you do that? And then you can say, I've started this process. This is what I talk about when I say baby steps. I really do mean the very smallest, tiniest, most immediate step that you can take right now. I've talked about this concept a lot, but there's a concept in self-improvement and business and entrepreneurship of time to action, TTA. And the lower your time to action, the more results, the more success, the more happy, all of that you will be. And so when you're sitting there saying, I want to take pictures, how long have you been procrastinating this for? And you don't have to feel guilty about that, but you've probably been avoiding this for what, weeks, months, years? Like you've probably been avoiding for a long time. But the people who are most successful have a TTA or a time to action that's ridiculously small, like 1 hour or 1 minute or immediately. That would be even better. And so again, think of the most immediate action that you could take right now instead of setting the bar so high and saying, I have to take all these pictures. I have to change my online dating profile. I have to do a good job. I have to be fucking handsome and hot and sexy and interesting and cool. Then I'm going to have to talk to all these women. I'm going to have to know what to say. Oh God. And then I'm going to have to go on dates with some of them. I'm going to have to like figure out what to say. I'm going to be nervous on the date. Oh my God. How do I even invite them back to my place? What do I say? Then what if we get back to my place? I have to perform. I have to make out with them. I have to have sex. My dick has to be hard. What if I can't get it up? What if we have sex, but it's not very good? Or what if we do have good sex and they want to see me again, but now I'm feeling pressure? Like, you're probably just thinking too far ahead and overwhelming yourself. And so reduce that time to action. Literally, as you just saw me do right there, grab your phone, take a selfie. It's not going to be good. The selfie I just took was not very good. You all saw it. I'm very vulnerable. It's not that vulnerable, but showing you how shitty I look in the picture. Cool. I took a picture. And then tomorrow, maybe you can go and take another picture. You take one picture a day. And eventually at some point you say, okay, I'll get a proper camera. I won't just be taking it with my smartphone. Or I will use my smartphone, but I'll go somewhere interesting and I'll hand my phone to someone and say, can you please take a photo of me? Like just a stranger. Can you take a couple of photos of me, please? I'm going to do something interesting or I'm going to be somewhere interesting. And you're just slowly taking more pictures and slowly upgrading your portfolio one picture at a time. You could even, if you want to, just make a commitment to do like a 365-day project and just say, what if I just snap one selfie of myself every day? Most of them won't be good. They probably won't be the best pictures I've ever taken, but at least I'll be taking photos. Like if you want a good portfolio or a good batch of photos for your Instagram or your dating or your Tinder or whatever, part of that is taking a lot of photos. Like to get some good photos, you need to take a lot. It's a numbers game. And so start that process, my man. You know, you're saying, I'm scared to take pictures. I don't know why. It's pretty obvious why, because you just set the bar too high. You're telling yourself you have to do too much. So learn to walk before you run. And the way that you walk is by just snapping some shitty photos with your shitty phone. At least you've started. In other words, what you're missing here a little bit, and this is a lot of you listening, what most of you are missing, maybe I can just say all of you who are missing, is humility. Like you're not giving yourself permission to suck. You're saying, I have to go and take good pictures. No, you don't. How would you take good pictures when you've never done it before? The pictures are probably going to suck. So go take shitty pictures. It's how I started this business. It's how I started this coaching. It's how I started this YouTube channel. The first couple of videos sucked ass. It's how I started my blog. The first couple of articles weren't very good. Of course not. The first like 50 articles weren't great at all. You could say I'm now decent at content creation. I'm probably still not brilliant. It's probably still a hell of a long way to go. I could list you 100 things I could do better. But I show up every day and I say, today's not going to be amazing, or it doesn't have to be amazing. Cool, let's just go help some people. So if you had that same mindset with taking pictures, and any of the rest of you with whatever goals you're working on, if you just said, cool, I'm going to show up and take a little bit of action, it doesn't have to be good, it will eventually become good. Like that aspect of doing a quality job takes care of itself if you just play the numbers game. I promise if you take a lot of pictures, some of them will be good. For those of you who are going outside and hitting on women, if you just hit on a lot of women, eventually you'll become confident. It's funny that we often do that the other way around. So many of you are like, how do I become confident so I can talk to women? It's like, motherfucker, confidence is something you need to earn. You haven't earned confidence. You're not owed confidence. You don't deserve confidence. You haven't done the thing. So you don't get to be confident. How could you ever be confident at something that you haven't done? That literally doesn't make sense. If you were confident at something you hadn't done, everyone in the world would call that arrogance, delusion, narcissism, insecurity. We'd literally call you a fraud. We'd be like, why are you confident when you haven't done this thing? Like, you're full of shit. I don't believe that you're confident. We would call that bravado or macho. We would call that fake. And so confidence is something that you earn. Having good pictures is something that you earn. Building a business is something that you earn. Having a good social network is something that you earn. All of these are things that you earn by playing the numbers game, which means you will suck at the start. You keep taking a tiny little bit of action every day, and then you just keep going. And eventually you become really good. So you're doing a good job, man, but just grab your phone and start taking some pictures. Take off that pressure. You, Phoenix, because I came to know you decently well when we did those daily live streams, you definitely put a lot of pressure on yourself, my brother. And you definitely, definitely, definitely expect a lot of yourself with stuff you haven't done yet. And a lot of your procrastination, and it's okay to procrastinate, most people in the world do, including me. But most of your procrastination is coming from the fact that you're just expecting the world of yourself when you haven't done something. And you're just putting all this insane pressure on yourself to be a god at something that you've never really done before. So any of you who are listening who are in the same boat, which is a hell of a lot of you, take off some of that pressure. Just do a decent job, do an okay job, and just keep taking a bunch more pictures, or keep going and talking to more girls, or keep going to the gym. You'll probably suck for a long time. You'll get decent, then you get somewhat good. Before you know it, you're almost an expert. So just keep going. Let's charge through a few more comments before we finish up. So Chad Broman says, comment before watching the video. The title is true. And the video was called This is the Year That You Make It. And it was basically a motivational video saying, hey, I know a lot of you have fears, doubts. You think you're not going to make it. You think you're not good enough. You think you're unworthy. You think there's all these reasons why you can't achieve your goals. But I promise that you can. Obviously, if you want my help with that, the coaching is there and all of that. But I promise all of you are capable of change. And this is the year that you're going to do it. So get to work, take some baby steps, give yourself permission to suck, do a little bit each day, and then just keep marching forwards. Hermes Nautico says the content is very valuable to me. Thank you. Hey, thank you as well, my friend. Jordeed Hisa, I might be mispronouncing that, says thank you, Andy. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. Although it's the 22nd of January when I record this, so a little bit late, but I appreciate you, my brother. Adam Shanghai 2023 says, love your content, bro, and I want to be the 900th person to say your advice has changed my life. I appreciate that. It might, maybe I don't make it obvious enough. I think I make it obvious that I'm grateful for all of you, but comments like this and just the emails that I get and people saying, hey man, like I went and followed your advice and I tried this and I've had some results and I feel like I'm really happy. Thank you for that. Stuff like that really does genuinely make this worthwhile. I'd probably do it even if I didn't get gratitude comments, but I'm sure you can imagine people telling you that they're grateful or that your advice helped or that, they now have a better life. Yeah, that makes this a lot easier and a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable. So thank you. I think I've said this many times. I feel like I get more out of this than any of you do. Like you think I'm the one giving to you, that I'm the one helping you. Nah, like the love and gratitude that so many of you give, I feel like that's worth way more than I could ever give to any of you. And so I'm really fucking grateful. This feels like a really nice reciprocal relationship that we've all built. I give you guys and girls advice, some love, some tough love sometimes. And a certain portion of you give me gratitude, you pay my bills, all of that stuff. So I'm really grateful. I reckon we wrap up there. Much love to all of you. Nothing but love and gratitude and appreciation for all of you. Keep going, keep taking action. If you feel like you're struggling with that, I'm right here. I've made myself super freaking available with coaching. If you don't have much money, you can pay $200 and we'll sit down for a couple of hours, as many hours as we need to. We'll go through literally everything, all of your pain points, all of your struggles, all of your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, the stuff that's frustrating you, your hopelessness, whatever you might be feeling. Or if you just want a bit of advice and you're like, yo, just tell me what to do. Just give me the actionable steps. Hell yeah, brothers or sisters, that's what I'm here for. I also have a big hardcore coaching program, which is 12 weeks if you take a payment plan, or 16 weeks if you pay in full. You get a little bonus there of an extra month. Links are in the description to that. I'm very happy to jump on a call with you, talk through any fears you might be having. You might have uncertainties like, is now the right time? Yes, it's the fucking perfect time. January of a new year is like the perfect time to start coaching. Anytime is the perfect time, but like this is the time when people get all fucking motivated and excited for New Year's or for the new year. So yes, this is the perfect time, but happy to talk through any fears you might have, or can I really afford this? I will talk through that with you. I will help you. Links are in the description below to that. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there, crush those goals, and have a pretty fucking fantastic time while you do it.